In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on December 30th, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Miami Heat versus Utah Jazz. 2 teams currently displaying impressive performances are set to face off this Saturday afternoon. The Miami Heat are in the midst of their West Coast journey, and their next destination is Salt Lake City, home to the Utah Jazz and their arena, the Delta Center. Notably, the Heat have emerged victorious in their last 5 encounters. The Miami Heat have been exhibiting exceptional form, securing wins in 7 of their last 9 games. Their recent triumph over the Warriors with a scoreline of 114-102 on the road has positioned them to pursue a 5th consecutive victory. Tyler Herro played a pivotal role, contributing 26 points on 10 of 18 shooting, while Jamal Cain added 18 points coming off the bench. Bam Adebayo and James Jr. each scored 17 points. As a collective effort, the Heat shot at an impressive 48% from the field and 10 of 31 from the three-point line. A standout performance in the second quarter, where they amassed 36 points, propelled them to a narrow halftime lead. Defensively, the Heat effectively contained the Warriors' Stephen Curry, limiting him to 3 of 15 shooting from the field. On the other hand, the Utah Jazz have enjoyed a decent run, securing victories in 6 of their last 9 games. However, they are seeking redemption after succumbing to a 112-105 road defeat against the Pelicans on Thursday. Colin Sexton led the team with 26 points, complemented by Lauri Markkanen's 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Despite a valiant effort to erase an early 11-point deficit, the Jazz fell short in the third quarter due to a lack of scoring from their role players. The team collectively shot 42% from the field and 12 of 39 from the three-point line. Utah is set to face Dallas and Detroit in their upcoming matchups. As the game approaches, the Miami Heat might find themselves shorthanded once again, with Josh Richardson, Caleb Martin, and James Jr. all listed as questionable. In contrast, the Utah Jazz are entering the game with a full squad. Despite potential absences, the Miami Heat, with or without Jimmy Butler, have demonstrated impressive cohesion. Both teams have successfully covered the spread in their last 4 outings, with the Heat facing tougher competition. The prediction leans towards Miami securing their 6th consecutive victory against Utah and covering the spread. Utah's offensive strengths lie in rebounding and free throw shooting, areas where Miami excels in stifling opponents. Conversely, Utah struggles against three-pointers, whereas the Heat stand out as the most efficient three-point shooting team. While both teams average 113 points per game for the season, the Jazz hold a slight edge in their last 3 games, averaging 120 points compared to the Heat's 118. The key differentiator is defense, with Utah allowing 119 points per game for the season and 116 in their recent 3 games, while Miami has limited opponents to an average of 111 points for the season and 109 in their last 3. Despite an increasing injury list, the Heat have managed to string together wins. However, the absence of Jr. is anticipated to make the upcoming games more challenging. The Utah Jazz, playing well recently, present an intriguing underdog opportunity. However, their defensive struggles against formidable opponents raise concerns. The Miami Heat, coping with injuries, are expected to see the return of key players like Butler, Richardson, Martin, Lauri, and others in the future. Despite a favorable scenario for the Jazz to secure a win, given the current form of the Miami Heat, it is deemed more reliable to trust them, especially with the advantages they hold. So the Miami Heat to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Reiterating the offensive aspect, both Miami and Utah average 113 points per game. The divergence in defensive capabilities is anticipated to drive the total score higher. Considering both teams' offensive and defensive performances in their last 3 games, the entire season, and home-away games, a projected total of 228.9 emerges. Factoring in the average pace of both teams at 102.4 possessions, the final projected score reaches 234. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Toronto Raptors versus Detroit Pistons. The upcoming match will see the Toronto Raptors returning to the court on Saturday, embarking on a journey from Boston to Detroit to face the struggling Pistons. Following a closely contested battle with the Celtics on Friday night, the Raptors now gear up to confront a Pistons squad that has set a record by losing 28 consecutive games, with their latest defeat coming at the hands of the Celtics on Thursday night in Boston. Experiencing a recent downturn, the Toronto Raptors have encountered a series of setbacks, losing 9 of their last 12 games overall. Their hopes of a rebound are high after narrowly missing out on victory against the Celtics in a heart-wrenching 120-118 road defeat the previous night. Noteworthy performances include Scottie Barnes' impressive 7 three-pointers, tallying 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Pascal Siakam contributed 27 points with 5 assists, while Dennis Schroeder provided a spark off the bench with 15 points and 9 assists. Despite showing resilience and fighting back from a 20-point deficit to take the lead in the fourth quarter, the Raptors ultimately allowed the Celtics to slip away. Following this game, the Raptors are scheduled to face the Cavs, Grizzlies, Kings, and Warriors. Conversely, the Detroit Pistons find themselves in a challenging situation, aiming to break a 28-game losing streak after a heartbreaking 128-122 overtime road defeat to the Celtics on Thursday. Cade Cunningham led the team with 31 points and 9 assists, supported by Jaden Ivey's 22 points with 10 rebounds and 4 assists, along with Bojan Bogdanovic's 17 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. Despite shooting 47% from the field and 14 of 43 from beyond the arc, the Pistons squandered a 21-point lead in regulation, ultimately succumbing to a painful loss. Following this matchup, the Pistons are scheduled to take on the Rockets and Jazz. The injury report reveals that the Raptors remain shorthanded, with Christian Koloko and Garrett Temple both sidelined. On the Pistons side, Monty Morris and Isaiah Stewart continue to be absent. The betting line for this game is set at even money, a reflection of the closely contested nature anticipated. Toronto, averaging 113 points per game this season, has improved in their last 3 games with an average of 123. Detroit, with an average of 109 points on the year, has seen an uptick to 116 in their recent 3 games. Despite the defensive disparity, Toronto is motivated to bounce back from their previous loss against a Pistons team that has been an easy target for most of the league. Although the Raptors have struggled to gain momentum this season, their competitiveness against the Celtics suggests potential. The Pistons, trapped in a historic losing streak, displayed resilience by pushing the Celtics to overtime in their last game. Despite the back-to-back schedule favoring the Pistons at home, their prolonged slump and a 12-19 against the spread record make it difficult to express confidence in supporting them. The Raptors, with a more favorable outlook, are the preferred choice. Therefore, our full game side pick is for the Toronto Raptors to win and cover the spread as favorites. Anticipating the second night of a back-to-back for the Toronto Raptors, the Pistons aim to capitalize on the rest advantage at home. However, considering the Pistons' struggles, especially since late October without a single win and a 12-19 against the spread record, confidence in their performance is lacking. The Raptors, while potentially fatigued, remain a more reliable option. Although tempted to favor the Pistons with additional points, the short line reinforces the decision to stick with the Raptors. Consequently, the Toronto Raptors to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Expecting the Pistons to score points against a fatigued Raptors team on the second night of a back-to-back, Detroit plans to test the opponent's tired legs by pushing the pace. Ranking 7th in the NBA in pace of play, the Pistons should find success in executing this strategy. Both teams have excelled on the fast break, with the Raptors leading the league in fast break points and the Pistons ranking 9th. Notably, the Pistons have allowed 119 or more points in 9 of their last 10 games. Defense has been a challenge for both teams. While the Pistons may not match the offensive prowess of the Celtics, they are expected to score points, similar to the Raptors' performance the previous day. Factoring in each team's average points for and against, a projected total of 232.8 emerges. Considering the average pace of 103.9 possessions for both teams, the final projected score is estimated at 242. Thus, over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Knicks versus Indiana Pacers. On the upcoming Saturday night, the New York Knicks are set to embark on a road journey to Gainbridge Fieldhouse, where they will face off against the Indiana Pacers. This encounter holds additional challenges for the Knicks, given that they are scheduled to play a game the night before, marking a back-to-back situation for them. Meanwhile, the Pacers are entering this matchup with the momentum of a decisive victory over the Chicago Bulls, a game in which they displayed dominance on Thursday. The New York Knicks find themselves in a challenging period, having suffered defeats in 3 of their last 4 games. Their determination to break free from a 2-game losing streak intensifies after a recent 117-108 road loss to the Orlando Magic. In this contest, Julius Randle showcased an impressive performance, contributing 38 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists on 1/6 of 2-5 shooting. Despite these individual efforts, the Knicks faced a daunting task as they trailed by as much as 20 points during the game. They will be seeking redemption in their upcoming clash against the Indiana Pacers and are scheduled to face the Timberwolves afterward. Conversely, the Indiana Pacers have experienced a period of inconsistency, marked by 7 losses in their last 11 games. However, they are determined to build on the positive momentum generated by their recent 120-104 triumph over the Chicago Bulls. Miles Turner led the team with 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks, complemented by Tyrese Halliburton's 21 points and an impressive 20 assists. The Pacers demonstrated offensive prowess by shooting 50% from the field and 19 of 42 from beyond the arc. Despite their recent struggles, they aim to secure a 3rd consecutive victory. Looking ahead to the Knicks matchup against the Pacers, New York will be arriving in Indiana on the 2nd leg of a back-to-back. Following their Friday night game in Orlando, the Knicks faced adversity in their previous game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, where they fell behind early and ultimately lost 129-120. Julius Randle, who led the team with 25 points in that game, will once again be a crucial figure as the Knicks aim to exploit the Pacers' defensive vulnerabilities. With a strong emphasis on offensive rebounding, the Knicks plan to capitalize on the 27th-ranked defensive rebounding percentage of the Pacers. The peculiar nature of the betting line raises eyebrows as the Indiana Pacers hold the home court advantage and enjoy additional rest. However, their struggles since the tournament and their defensive deficiencies present uncertainties. In contrast, the New York Knicks have demonstrated consistency, winning 4 of their last 5 meetings against the Pacers. The defensive lapses of the Pacers have been particularly notable, making it a challenging experience for fans to watch them every night. Despite the back-to-back scenario, there is optimism for the New York Knicks to overcome the odds and secure an upset victory on the road against the Pacers. Considering the recent trends and the Knicks' resilience, it would not be surprising to witness them emerge victorious outright. Thus, the New York Knicks to cover the spread as underdogs is our preferred full-game side pick. As for the total points in this Eastern Conference matchup, the set figure appears exceptionally high, taking into account Indiana's pace and scoring output. Anticipating a strategic approach from coach Tom Thibodeau to slow down the game, especially utilizing Jalen Brunson, becomes a key consideration. The Pacers' ability to pull away in the 4th quarter against the Bulls does not necessarily guarantee a similar outcome against the Knicks' robust defense. With the Knicks' tendency to limit turnovers and disrupt fast break opportunities, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.